Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Passwords Journal. Today, we have an amazing guest on. He looks like the damn near real life Superman. Please help me welcome RB Cosplays. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me on. Dang, so
Yeah,
kind. That's crazy.
dude, of course. I'm so happy to have you on. And first off, gotta ask the question, ask everyone, how did you get into cosplay specifically?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I get asked this one a lot, actually. I've been technically doing it for over like 10 years. Um, it probably longer. Obviously, it started when I was like really young, and it's something like because I used to like Halloween and stuff, and then I
Hmm.
started to go to conventions with my dad, like when I was probably 10 years old. And or maybe even younger. I don't even remember. You dressed up a little bit when you were a kid because that's what people did. And then I just kind of started doing it a little bit more and a little bit more. And then like even as I got older, I thought it was cool and it was exciting, but like I never took it super seriously until um, probably like the last 5 years. And then now it's like a very serious thing, and I put a lot of money and time into it and effort. And that's, I think, I'd say the last 5 years is when cosplay's like, I've been into it, like seriously. And it's just because I love superheroes and video games, anime, all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And speaking of video games, anime, what media do you specifically cosplay? Because you obviously post a lot about Superman and superheroes in general, but you've also posted about Star Wars in the past. So what's your favorite type of media that you usually cosplay?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I'd say it's hard to pick a favorite, but it's definitely evolved because it was just like superheroes for a while,
Hmm.
when I was younger, and then Star Wars is what kind of maybe get serious because I did a Mandalorian cosplay, which was like a Death Watch Mandalorian, which was like it's
Hmm.
like a blue one. It's just super. That was super. That was like when I started to like. It was like this is a whole different thing now. Like this is super serious. And so Star Wars was a big one, but yeah, superheroes probably is the main one. But I love video games so much. The idea of all these so many video game characters that I'm planning to do and already working on right now that are so exciting to me that I think I'm most excited to start doing more video game characters, but my favorite would probably be superheroes for sure. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
yeah, can we get like a little sneak peek or like a little like hints on what video game characters you're planning to do next?
Yeah, of course. I'm working on like actively. It's like I'd say it's probably like 65% done. I might be too kind of a percentage, honestly, but on Sub Zero from Mortal Kombat, custom outfit, original design, like not really a specific one from any of the games. That's one I'm super duper excited for. And then there's a couple others. Booker DeWitt from Bioshock Infinite is one I've been wanting to do, and I will be doing soon. And then I also want to do Nathan Drake from Uncharted at some point for sure. Those three are like really, those sound really fun to do. And I've already done um, some Resident Evil characters as well, like Chris Redfield and Krauser from Resident Evil 4. So yeah, I'm just getting into it, just starting to, and I love it. It's really fun.
Man, that sounds amazing. Like, especially with the Resident Evil. A lot of people I know are super into it. So I'm personally really excited for those
Hmm.
because I really liked when you did those. Sorry. Um, but I mean, you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
you make your own cosplays. How long do they usually take you on average? Because for some people, it'll be like really fast, relatively speaking. But I know people who used to cosplay and they don't do it anymore because it took them too long. How long does it take for you to normally do?
Oh wow. So it obviously depends, right? Also on like, because I'm not always like, so I don't always make all of mine.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially if I want a certain level of quality, I definitely reach out with for from different people in the community to help me. I'm willing to pay really good, like designers and like costume makers and stuff if they're if you know if I can. Like with Superman, like I didn't make any of that. Obviously, I there's a guy named Napier who makes Superman. He like specifically like Superman type suits and stuff. And then there's some like the Sub-Zero one is from scratch. That's me and my girlfriend making that together, and it's a mixture of her sewing and me 3D printing stuff, which I love doing. It's so much fun. And then there's ones like the Resident Evil ones where like there's some level of sewing, but mainly it's just me just getting pieces from like different stores and stuff, putting it together. And then there's the Mandalorian one where it's a whole resin mold thing that I worked with someone to put together and then make and like paint and like what do you call it? Like pin together on like a suit and all that. So I'd say it like if it depend when making one, it can take up to like a few weeks to like over a year. Like I think the Mandalorian one took a few months. Superman took, in my eyes, years because to save up for it and to
Mm.
I wanted to train for it and get into a specific shape uh, for it when I was a few years ago. I decided that because I don't know. I wanted to look like Superman in a way. So that for me that took years. The Sub Zero is going to take a few months. Um, Captain America, which is another really popular one I do, that one kept evolving and changing. So to what it is now, I'd say that took a year or two, just because I kept making it better. It could be longer than that, honestly. It just depends on like how I like. Okay, am I gonna copy a design exactly? Do do I want it to be like kind of unique? It all depends on how I want it to be and how much effort I feel like putting into it.
Yeah, I mean, like we've spoken about the Mandalorian a lot. Do you ever think you'll revisit it and remake it, or will it just be like something that you look back on as this is my first ever cosplay that I made on my own?
I do put it on once in a while because I do like it a lot. I think it's like it's funny the way I think about that one is like, because that version of that Mandalorian is very minor in Star Wars. Like as a character, it's kind of like multiple people wear that suit. But to me, I feel like that's me when I wear it. Like, oh, that's me. That's my Mandalorian. Um, so I don't mind putting it on once in a while. But I never have the need to change it or upgrade it because it's almost screen accurate. So I have no interest to change it in any way. Just to wear it once in a while when there's a Star Wars event, because there's been no Star Wars events recently. So at least not around here in California. So it's kind of like when the moment arises, yeah, I'll put it on. But for at the moment, not too interested in wearing that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like one of your first ever cosplays. You don't think that? Sorry, you don't think that you'll ever revisit it? Like even like small little parts of it, like just upgrading it, or is it like 100% screen accurate? You think?
I think if I got it maybe for like yeah, I think if I got it graded by like 501st Legion or something, they would accept me and they would think it's screen accurate because there's nothing about it that's not, as far as I know. As so and like in terms of material, in terms of quality, in terms of colors and all that. So I would rather just do a different either Mandalorian or Star Wars cosplay in general if I were to come back to a Star Wars one because there's nothing I need to change about the one. The gun is good. The stripes are good. The color is the right color. It's like everything is fine.
Yeah, can you tell I don't watch Star Wars? I don't. I mean, if I knew, I'd probably be like, yeah, that's 100% accurate. Like the colors and the gun and everything about it is peak. But the only reason why I'm asking is because I don't know, and I'm sure there's other people
Ah, yeah.
that also
Hmm.
don't know. But I'm one of the few people that has ever watched Star Wars. Um,
Whoa.
I know, huge confession right now. But is there like you've said mentioned Star Wars cosplay before? Who would you cosplay if you did make a new one?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I have some in mind. I've already like thought of some like that I was planning to if the Star Wars convention, when it does come back to California in like 2 years. There's I'm kind of a like they're not like niche characters, but I kind of like the idea of doing some like a character I don't see very often. Like that's why I was really interested in doing. Oh, my dog just jumped on my bed. Sorry. Um, that's why I'm really interested in the Death Watch Mandalorian I did, because it was like one I have never seen very much, and I knew the lore and I thought it was cool. But like so, Star Killer from the Force Unleashed games, I if I get a buzz cut, I kind of look like him. So that and I think his outfit is really cool in that game, and I just think he's like a super unique character. So I think that would be one I would really love to do. There are some clones from Star Wars that do they do have my interest, but the it's so not comfortable wearing a clone outfit compared to like a Mandalorian, and it can be really hot and uncomfortable, and it's not something I would want to wear for a long time. Um, oh yeah, I have a Obi-Wan Kenobi general
Oh,
outfit that's which I've because I've done a regular Obi-Wan Kenobi from the movies, which I'm sure you know who that is, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have like a from the Clone Wars show. I have the armor from that show. I got it
Oh,
years ago, and then I we tried to work on it, and it just had so much problems. We got a newer set later on. I've done nothing with it. So I would say that General Obi-Wan Kenobi outfit would be a really cool one. I love Obi-Wan. He's probably my favorite character in all of Star Wars. So I think that would be a really good one as well. But yeah, no, definitely more Jedi type stuff. As I've gone on and done cosplay, like big armor sets are not as appealing to me as they used to be. Probably because I get so tired while wearing them. I don't want to like, once I take it off, I just want to like pass out.
yeah, fair
So
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I've tried cosplaying before. I think I've told you before. I've
Yes.
tried cosplaying, and like wearing masks in general. I don't know how people do it because like or like fake or like wigs because they make my head so hot. And
Yeah.
how does that like affect you? Like wearing a mask or a wig or both? How does that affect you throughout your day of in a convention? Like how
hmm
annoying could that get?
Wigs suck. I think the only people I don't know if I wouldn't say like it, but girls definitely do wigs a lot more than guys do, for sure. At least in my experience. Like my girlfriend cosplays a lot. She has like so many wigs. Obviously, she's worn some much higher quality ones than I've ever worn. I've only worn like one. Um, but I always was like, my thing with cosplay was always like, I want it to be, I want to dress as someone I think I can like. Oh yeah, like I could see me being this character, like in something like in a movie or a show,
Hmm.
or like oh yeah, like I think I fit that character. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of wigs. I try to like cut my hair or do my hair away that would look like that. But I love masks. Ironically, I love helmets and masks are sick. I think I don't care how hot or sweaty I get. I think it's such a good. I think when you wear, at least for me, when I put on a mask or a helmet, I feel like a different person. Like I feel like I connect more with the character because now people are just seeing the mask and they're like, oh shit, it's so and so. It's not really Ryan anymore. It's this character. This like Sub Zero is gonna feel like that because his face is almost besides his eyes. I'll be completely covered on my face. So like when you see me, you're gonna be like, oh shit, Sub Zero, and like I like that idea, and so I'm willing to put up with the heat and the sweat and the whatever. But I would much rather just wear masks all day than have to put a wig on because wigs are itchy. Ugh, they're so.
Oh,
I don't like them.
100%.
They're hot in my head in like a bad way. Like I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that like wigs are cool and like there's some really cool high quality ones, but I'm good. Like I'll stay away from those. I'll just color my hair or grow it out if I need to.
Fair enough. And you said like you cosplay people that you could see yourself being. Is that why you chose cosplay personally? Because I mean, in my at least in my like very limited knowledge of cosplayers and the ones that I do like recognize, it seems kind of like a more what's the word? It seems like a more creative reason or a more out there reason, I would say, because usually you have people cosplaying because they either want to escape reality or they want to be like people that they couldn't normally be in real life. And for you, it's kind of like the second reason, but also it's people that you could see yourself being. So how is that why you specifically chose cosplay?
Oh, that's like a great. I've never been asked that before. That's really good. Well, yes and no. So it is an escape from reality for me because obviously, like if you like, I'm not, I'm not this like this character. I'm not this character. These are still characters that have different personalities and are not like me. In certain cases, it's more just like when it comes to like when I said like, oh, I wanted to, I think I can do Superman because I kind of look like him. Blah blah blah. It's also because I love Superman,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't always look like Superman. I think I chose to want to I chose to do certain things because I was willing to look more like them because of the character. Because I the reason why I got into cosplay is because I love um, enveloping myself in fandoms and characters and getting interested in them and liking them and wanting to connect to them through cosplay because I have so much love and interest in them because I've done Bane two different ways. And the first time I did it, I went bald and I put on a bunch of masks purposely to look like him. And then in another way I cut down and I did my hair all 1940s and I did Captain America. And it's like so it's more just like it's definitely creative for me because I want to and I definitely want to branch out into characters like, oh, you'll never expect me to be because I don't look like this guy or I don't act like this
Mm-hmm.
guy. But it just happens to be like my favorite ones are the ones I might connect more personally with. But it's just I just really care about the character and accuracy and stuff, which isn't I don't expect anyone to do it or want to do it. Um, to do it like the way I kind of do it. I just like to do it that way, and I think it's fun. And I don't, and I think like, oh yeah, if I can, oh man, I'll do this so it's really accurate, and I just love, like for Superman, I'll get a haircut and I'll look just like him, and I'll dye my hair a little black so it looks more like him as well because and I have the blue eyes and the blah blah blah. It's gonna be perfect, and I love Superman because I'm like right on my wall right now. There's a
Yeah.
big old poster of Superman like looking right at me. So like it's I do care about all of it, but it did stem from the fact that I just wanted to be someone that wasn't me for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
then eventually it became like well, I could be someone maybe someone could believe me being at the same time. So it's a bit of both, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But so that's a great answer, first of all. And speaking of, Superman, you recently filmed with Jake Seja, like a very prominent videographer. How is that filming with him and Batman for that little animation or that little video
Mm.
that you guys took?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So the Batman in that is actually like a really really good friend of mine named Caleb Weeks, who I met at like a WonderCon, which is a convention in Anaheim, like 2 years ago. He is like has been such a great friend to me, and he's been like every time like he's just really kind and he's like really supportive of me, and I try to be supportive of him. And whenever there's like an opportunity that comes around, he always tries to hook me up and like, hey, like get in on this, like join in. And I'm like, it's just like I'm like, wow, that's so kind. And one of these opportunities, which was at ironically WonderCon 2 years later, which was a couple months ago, was an opportunity with Jake Seja, who I knew, but I didn't realize I knew when I met him. Because he's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's like this really good videographer I know. We're gonna go do a little thing with him, but we gotta go right now. It was like bang, 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 and I was like, oh, and I was like Superman. I was walking around at a convention, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go. Like, whatever, that sounds cool. Like, you're Batman, I'm Superman. That sounds great. I want to get a little video. Like, we've never done that before. Like, that was the first time we had done that together as Batman and Superman. So I was like, okay. And so I met Jake, and Jake was really nice, and he uh, compared to how he is on like the camera is really different. He's very nice, but he was a little more soft spoken than I expected. And then I started to like look at his page after once we started making the video, I realized, oh, wait, this sounds really familiar. Like I've seen this layout before. And I like looked it up and then I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, I know this guy. This guy makes awesome videos. And so I was really excited to see the final result. So I was like itching like for like 2 months, like waiting for him to post it. And then like a week or two ago, he did it and I was like, yes. Oh, and it was really cool. I've never done I have some, I know more people now, thank goodness, that do like special effects and stuff. So I'm going to start, posting more videos and photos with more effects in them with me dressed up. But that was the first time I got to see me with like laser eyes and flying and all these effects, and it was just like, oh man, it was so much fun. Like it was fun making it, very chill, very very fast. It was really quick,
Hmm.
and it was even more fun seeing it because it was like, man, we did that. Like that's awesome, and it just makes you want to do more because I don't know. It's just that's the part of like the process where like there's a lot of creativity there. There's someone filming, you're acting, you're dressed up, and it's something you put together or you got, and then someone makes it into a something even more than what it was before. And that's what I felt, and I was very proud of that, and I was very grateful, more so that I got to even work with him one time. And if that's the only time I ever work with him, I'm fine with that. Like I think I feel very fortunate enough to do that at all. But of course, I'd love to work with him again if it ever arises, which it might. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Like one of my siblings, my youngest brother, I showed him a picture of you because I was like, oh, this is the guy that I'm gonna have my podcast next, and he's like, oh, I think I've seen him before, and then he pulls up the video, and I'm like, how come I haven't seen that video yet? So I go to your page and I look at it, and it's like, damn, this is like really impressive. Um,
Yeah, I remember you mentioned he saw it on YouTube, and
yeah,
I pulled it up on YouTube because I didn't even know it was on YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's sick. And yeah, I was like, that's super cool. I've never been like when you like I've no one's ever shown me to someone else and been like, oh, I know this person from this. That's the first. When you told me that, I was like, I've never experienced that. Like that was crazy for me. I was like, whoa, this guy already knew, like your brother already knew me like from something else. Like wow, that's wild.
yeah. I mean, like, um, how did that feel for you? Like hearing that, like, for the first time, like hearing someone be like, "Oh, I know you from somewhere." Have you ever gotten that other than that, or was that the
Not
first
in
time?
that way. That was kind of a way because like at conventions, someone would be like, "Oh yeah, I've seen you before because like you were in a post with like my buddy Caleb, like blah blah blah," or I saw you at a different one or blah blah blah. But for someone who's not, I'm guessing your brother doesn't go to conventions or he's not really in that world, right? Am I
Yeah,
correct?
no, he's
Yeah,
very much a homebody.
yeah, yeah. So for someone to like say, "Oh yeah, I know that. Like I know I've seen it before." Like and then look up something on YouTube and then show me was like kind of like a really it's a crazy feeling because like when I started to do this the goal like especially my I used to just post my photos on my main account, which is now a private account because of so cosplay sometimes people who follow cosplayers can be kind of creepy, let's just say that, but once I started to make my cosplay account it was more about um like just having a platform just to throw the stuff like the work I did online. And it was I had no interest in like getting like in becoming an influencer, which I still don't think I am, and I will never use that term for myself or at all because I think that's silly. Or like a content creator. I was just kind of like, I like my costume. Here it is. It's online. Boom. That's all it is. And now it's starting to become a bit more of like on the content creation side, which was not my intention originally, but I'm okay with because I think it's really fun and I like doing it with my friends and I like doing it with the people I care about and I'm perfectly okay with that. And if that's what it's becoming alongside my cosplays, which is still obviously number one in my heart, um, I think that's perfectly awesome. So that's how I feel about that. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think what sets you apart from most, maybe not most, actually, like a good amount of like quote unquote influencer cosplayers or content creator cosplayers, is that you do it for a genuine passion,
Mm,
and you don't see that a lot with people in general that get into social media. You usually see people like pick a niche and then stick to it, even if they're not interested in it no anymore, or if they were never interested in it, they'll pick a niche. They'll be like, I'm pretty good at this, so I'm gonna be part of this niche, make money off it, and not really interact, not really do anything with it. But for you,
mm,
you've been interacting with people. You've been going to a bunch of conventions, um, and you're just, like slowly growing yourself in the, I would say, the most like natural way possible. Do you
mhm.
think there's like any chance that you start focusing on social media more, or is it just 100% cosplays come first no matter what?
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, going off of so going off of what you said about like some people see content creation first. I have met people like that. I have talked to like really big content creators about that who are really nice, really good people who do care. But they've expressed like, yeah, there's a lot of people who, are a part of this community who that's all they care about. I haven't met too many people like that, but I know they exist, and I have met a handful where it's like it's the content. I'm a content creator first. The cosplay stuff is kind of secondary to that. I do it because it gets me the views or it gets me money.
Hmm.
But it's not like, I could take it or leave it. Honestly, it's more about creating the content. And for me, that was never, I never cared so much about that because I don't know, just that wasn't really on my mind. The type of content I would be interested in wouldn't, if I was to make stuff, wouldn't really be cosplay based originally. But now it's social media is like, especially in the last like oddly enough like 5 months, my social media has gained a bit more traction than it ever had, which makes me want to do it. It makes me want to do more content, and I would be okay with it going hand in hand. So with the cosplay, so there's a lot more. I'd say there's a lot more. I have a lot of ideas that are already in the works for like videos, and I'm huge with. I love doing photo shoots. That's like my favorite thing.
Hmm.
uh, which is content, but it's more just me and just posing or whatever in a suit. But yeah, no, I would love to do way more content. If it's good, I really care about quality. I don't want to just make videos to make videos because I want views. That's really that's what really like turns me off from that is like I don't really care if it gets views or if it gets super popular. If I want to make content because I feel like people would enjoy it, um, and that I really want to put quality into it. If I think people will enjoy it, I don't even care if it's like thousands of people or like 100. Like that's fine as long as people think it's worth it, and if I think it's worth it, and I do. I think I feel like I have so many connections and I work with so many people now that I feel like I can put together like a really cool fight scene, which is something we're working on for Mortal Kombat right now, and some Superman stuff, and just kind of, especially like building up to like a lot of new like stuff coming out, like the Superman movie. There's some videos I want to do before the movie comes out, which is in I know a couple weeks, but
Hmm.
just to like for just to like hype people up because I'm so excited. And yeah, no, I think content creation is not. It's starting to become something that I'm more interested in, um, even if it wasn't the original goal. But yeah, no, I think it's definitely on the cards now, like big time.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of content creation, what do you think was your first quote unquote big break, and what helped you get to the amount of followers that you got?
Well, a big boost. There's a couple things, but like the first thing I could think of was a big boost was it was still kind of like right when I started taking it seriously. I did a Daredevil that was cosplay based on like the TV show where he's like kind of in like a makeshift outfit, which was purposeful. And I did that, and I went to a
Hmm.
convention, and there was this there's big influencer Instagram person slash TikTok who was Electra, who's like Daredevil's love interest, and I did a video with her. She was very nice, and we did it a couple times. But the first time we did it, it got like, I still to this day don't have a video as popular as that, and it's mostly due to her. But I think it might be her most popular video too, ironically, which is cool. Because I didn't do very much. I just like spin her around or something, and it got like over 50 million views or something, which was to
Whoa.
me was yeah. I like it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, what? I never in a million years would have ever thought I'd get that many views on something. But it was crazy. But since then, I slowly had like a steady like because Reels on Instagram get a lot of views, so get Reels really
Hmm.
pulls people in. And doing stuff with my buddy Caleb and Ray and a few other people like JP's another guy I've done stuff with, and just like some of these like fun little like superhero videos, like they get thousands, hundreds of thousands of views, which to me is still mind-boggling because I don't know where these people are coming from, to be honest. Um, but then I did a few months ago. I'd say a big break was, I mean, getting the Superman suit was a big break. People really like my Superman suit, and that really helped a lot. Um, I met a huge Instagram influencer named Nathan, who I did a podcast slash TikTok live with a couple months ago in Vegas.
Hmm.
That was a big break. Without him, he like doubled my follower count, and he brought a lot of attention to my page just by doing a live stream with me and talking to me. And he's really genuine, really nice guy. Nate is such a just a kind dude, and I think I was again really grateful to talk to him because it was someone I was like I seen. This was the first time I was like, dude, I've seen you, and I've seen your stuff, and it pops up on my For You page, and now I'm just conveniently through like the right means I'm now getting to talk to you and personally one on one in like a private setting, which I don't know. I get if you I would have told me that like a year ago, I would have said like, nah, it's probably not gonna happen. um, yeah, and then now the Jake Segis stuff too, like that's huge for me. I'm like, whoa, like I got to work with him and I got to and like we made a video together and like, I saw he made a video with John Bernthal like a few months ago,
Wow. Yeah.
who plays the Punisher and stuff, and he's in The Walking Dead, and he did a little like similar type of video for him, uh, and I was just like, dude, like this is nuts. So it's just like a lot of stuff. I don't know if there's a big break, but those are the things that have happened that have like really affected my everything I do, and it's
Hmm.
starting to become really apparent, and I think I'm just really grateful for all of it, and it's super exciting.
Yeah. Um. Damn, that's really impressive. Like, especially the 50 million views and like
It's luck,
the
dude. It's all
yeah.
just right place, right time. Lucky I was there. They were like, hey, we like what you're wearing, or we like what you do, or you know this person, so here you go. And then it was like I was like, all right. And then I whatever I do, I guess good enough for them to be like, wow, like that was great. Let's do this, or that was great, like, and then it gets popular or whatever.
That's still like super impressive. Even though like it is luck, I would say most of the things that happen with social media in general are all luck. But
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't mean that you haven't been great in what you did. Like you were good enough for Jake Keisha to be like, all right, I'm gonna post this. You're great enough for them for YouTube and TikTok and Instagram to be like, here's 50 million views. Really like this content. This,
yeah. I feel like that one was definitely more her because of that. Like in that video with the 50, I think it's 50. I'm gonna check right now. You can still hear me, right?
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna check right now.
However many views it got, man, like, and it was like, oh yeah, we like his content and we like what he's been saying on this podcast. That's why we're all gonna go follow him right now.
Mhm.
And like, it's not. I think that social media is 90% luck and 10% skill, and
Yeah.
you showed that 10% skill that what you have.
Oh, thank you. That's
Yeah,
nice.
of
I appreciate
course,
that.
man.
Yeah. I definitely think that like I think because I never want to oversaturate like my page. I don't post super duper like consistently or often enough to where it's like, oh, I have a schedule, like there's a post every day. So
Hmm.
I think again, that's where the luck comes in. I just think I've been really lucky with timing, and I've been in the right place, right time, and I do put effort into everything I do. So hopefully I'm in that 10%.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, like it's just like how people perceive you on social media, and like even the fact that you don't have a schedule, it kind of makes you more organic and just more of a genuine person, I would say,
Mm,
on social media, because you don't get that a lot. You usually get people, again, like we've mentioned before, that like only want it for money or have consistent schedules, even though if
yeah.
that's like what they love. Like I'm sure you know a bunch of cosplayers who have a consistent schedule. um, do you think you'll ever have a schedule like that, or do you think it's always going to be something like it's going to be on your time and when you want to do it?
I definitely see. That's a good question. I definitely see more of a like what do you call it? Like I definitely see myself being able to post more in the near
Mm-hmm.
future. Um, but I don't think it'll ever be a consistent schedule because I want to when I want to put something out, it's like oh, because I want to like I want people to see it. I'm happy and I'm excited to post it. So I mean, there's been like times where I haven't posted for a few weeks because I'm like I don't got anything to post. Like I'm good, and then I'll come back and I'll have a lot of stuff because I'm like oh I want to post this. I want to post this. I got a video. I got this. This is like and I think it's so cool and I think it's so exciting and I'm like it's fun and it's like it's definitely like I'm very passionate and I'm it's definitely like it's huge hobby like energy like oh yeah I'm doing this because I love it like I don't so I'll never like post something like yeah I just need something to post. I don't really like that idea very much. um like I have someone working on some Superman photos with me and my girlfriend who she's a Tana from DC. Do you know who that is by any chance?
um I think so. Like, I'm not too
Yeah.
good with superheroes like I used to be, but
It's okay. Yeah. She's like a magician character and from the Justice League and we did a whole shoot. We did a bunch of these photos and I've been like itching for those photos. Like I'm so excited to post them. And he sent me like a preview and like I feel like some people would be like, "Okay, I'm going to post some of these preview photos and like just because I need something to post." I'm like, "No, I'm like I'm going to wait. If you don't say they're done yet and you want to do more work to it, that's totally fine because I want it to look cool and I want to post something cool." And if I want, whenever I work with someone like a photographer or an editor or a videographer, I want them to take their time and I want them to just, if they really think if they can make something really awesome and they need the time to do it, I'm 100% willing to wait as long as it takes. So we can put out something that I'm like, wow, this is so awesome. Like, I can't believe we did this and they did this because they're a lot of the magic comes from the people that take the photos and edit everything. Like, I'm just a
yeah.
guy who puts costumes together and posts it.
I mean, well, that's not to say that that doesn't have a lot of effort and things like that go into it.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
like I've like the one time that I've cosplayed, it was hard, and I bought most of my stuff. It was hard to put everything together. Um, like I had to make certain rips to my shirt for what I cosplayed, and it was like, yeah, damn, this is kind of hard. I can't imagine people that use like 70 different types of glue on their costume, or people
Oh
that
God.
have to 3D print or like put together their costumes. I can't imagine how that is. So yeah, like what you do is still super impressive, and it's nothing to just scoff at and be like, oh, he just puts costumes on. It's more than that. It's like genuine hard work and dedication.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not like putting it down at all or anything at all. I know it's hard and it takes a lot of time, obviously. It's just I'd say I'd say equal effort and equal care
Hmm.
and passion and goes into all aspects of the community and world that I participate in, and so that includes like I said, like people that record and edit and go and they do all these things and they're the reason why that makes me look good, like in all my posts and stuff. Without them, my photos would be like taken on an iPhone really unprofessionally, and which is not bad still. The suit would still look good, but like it's just a whole nother vibe. And I'm so grateful to be able
Hmm.
to work with like people like my friend Ember Studios, he's like an actual friend of mine who will do photo shoots with me, and we'll just do it real quick and with his camera, and we'll go places. And like my first, I think, set of Superman photos was with him, which was an awesome shoot in downtown San Diego. So much fun.
Hmm.
Being able to walk around wearing that was awesome. And then some other people who there's like there's two other photographers like Alex Kith and um, uh, Eric who just take photos for me when I go to events, and they just like yeah, we'll do a photo shoot like real quick, and it's just like I don't have to pay them or anything, and it's so kind because it's I'm like, why? Like, it's like they're so good. I'm like
Yeah.
I would be willing to pay for them, and they're just like, no, it's like, no, like we'd love to do it for you, and it's just like awesome. That's so kind. Like, and it's just like awesome. So like, yeah, there's so many great aspects in like the community. Photographers, they can be great, like those three, and then they can be really creepy and awkward and bad and like really terrible with like consent and stuff. But like,
Hmm.
we only work with the best around here.
Yeah, fair enough. Um,
Hmm.
we've like there's a closing few questions because
Sure.
I know you're a busy dude. So we've talked about conventions throughout pretty much this whole episode. So, what was your first ever convention, and what's your favorite convention to consistently go to?
Ooh, okay, yeah. So my first ever convention was San Diego Comic Con, which is like the biggest and most popular in the world. And I've been going there for over 10 years. And I still go, and I'm going to go this year. I'll never not go as long as it's here. I'll
Hmm.
do whatever it takes. I'll even if I don't get a ticket, I'll hang out outside of the convention and do stuff.
Hmm.
I've now, like I said, the past to 5 to 8 years, I've branched out to many, many more. Oh, I guess. Oh, dude, what am I talking about? Oh, dude, I've been going to San Diego Comic Con for over 15 years. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I totally sorry. It's 2025. I'm talking like it's 2020 right now. I've been going for over 15 years. Sorry, I can't believe I totally got confused. I've been doing cosplay for over 15 years. I don't know what the hell I was going on about. Um, yeah. So, I think I'd say my favorite, like San Diego Comic Con is not my favorite. It's my favorite in terms of nostalgia now,
Hmm.
but it's so packed, and there's not so much to do like there used to be. And but I mean there is, but there isn't. It's you have to go to it, like understand that there used to be like these really crazy booths there that they don't have anymore. But um, my favorites now to go to are probably like a tie between D23, which is like a Disney convention, which is only every other year, not every year. So
Hmm.
it's
It's
like
more
kind of like a
exclusive.
more exclusive, kind of like an event, right? Um, and then WonderCon is really like cosplay heavy. Love that. I think cosplay focused convention was such a perfect thing for me to go to once I finally started to go to that one. It's in Anaheim. Love it. It's tied. And then the third one, probably LA Comic Con's pretty awesome. I think it's like a more tame San Diego Comic Con, and I think everything about it is really awesome. So yeah, those are probably my three favorites.
No, yeah, fair enough. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. Like, I really appreciate it, and again, super appreciative and grateful that you came on. And if you wanna shout out anything or anyone, you have now's the time. You have the floor.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of
The
course.
opportunity. I think it's always fun coming on and talking to anyone if they're interested in the world of cosplay. My Instagram is RB underscore COSP. Shout out to Ember Studios, who does a lot of my photos. Shout out to Alex Kith. Shout out to Animated Ape, who also does photos. Shout out to Caleb Weeks. Shout out to um, my girlfriend who helps me so much with all this and supports me, Cosmic Maddie on Instagram, and shout out to Raymond. I'm just shouting out everybody I mentioned. Okay,
Yeah, fair
that's
enough.
everyone I mentioned. Oh, whatever. Shout out to Jake CJ, even though I feel like everyone knows who he is. But yeah,
Uh,
shout out to everybody. Shout out to my cosplay family.
yeah, fair enough. You know what? With all that, thank you all so much for listening. We hope to see you again, same time next week.